Let's get sweaty. Guess the hard part's already over.
What's that? Getting in?
Getting sweaty.
I'd gotten a little derailed by my landing videos, but I thought it was about time to get back to finishing part 2 of the acro lesson that I had with Adam back at the end of October. That day was a killer 95-degree day out of nowhere, and it figures it landed right on the day I had to go fly with him. So my maneuvers, they weren't all too good, and that didn't help my motivation to finishing the video either, but here goes. Oh, that's right, I forgot to mention too that I again put the Cloud Ahoy telemetry data up on the video, and I find it really interesting looking at airspeeds going into a loop, airspeeds at the top of a loop, the vertical speed while falling during a spin. Hope you enjoy that part too.
Bear with me here in that moment. I was going to try to reset the G's, then we can tell what we're doing on each one.
Cool.
Alright, let's just do a loop.
What's your speed?
Anywhere 160, 170. I kind of learned that it didn't really matter. As long as I pull to where I feel the 3.5 G's,
yeah,
it ends up working out. And up we come.
Alright, dragging your left wing a little, there you go. Let off a little, there you go. Keep pulling up to the right. Good. So the top part, you're pulling a little hard on the top.
Okay.
You could get a slight buffet, and if you do, just...
Well, you heard the AOA chirp.
Yeah.
Was it chirping because I was pulling too hard or not pulling hard enough?
That was on the bottom quarter of the loop. You were pulling a little hard for the airspeed because you pulled your power back.
When I was coming out of it, I pulled the power back, right?
When you were almost pointed straight down, you started pulling power out.
Not good to do that? I'm trying to keep it from diving into the ground.
No, you're fine. Leave it at full power on this one. And, what you're going to do is we're going to let out a little bit on top. We're going to keep it positive, but just let a little out. And when we come back down, when we get to about where we're close to maybe 135 degrees, then we're going to bring the stick back to that original 3.5 G position. Okay. And that's going to, and we'll end up back at 170. Okay. We ended up at 150 because you pulled the power. So if you pull the power and then you keep that same G, you're going to accelerate.
So keep the power in.
Keep the power.
Okay. And that was a 2.9 G maneuver, just by the way.
Yeah. Good. Good stuff.
And here we go.
Pull it right, rudder. Keep pulling. Keep pulling.
Clear touch and go.
Now let off just a little bit. There you go. Still positive. Now, bring it back. Leave that power in. Look, keep that nose coming up.
You know, that feels really light at the top.
We're still positive.
Is it? Yeah. Is that correct to feel that light at the top?
Yeah.
Another 2.9 right on the money. Okay, so we're going to try then a half Cuban.
Then you can keep it a little more
positive
on the top. We were positive the entire time. We'll know if we aren't positive because if we weren't floating.
I felt like I was floating. I need to strap in tighter.
I'm not even strapped in very tight. I mean, I don't have a crotch strap, so I'll know if I'm floating.
Okay.
We were at 1 G, maybe just a little bit less than 1 G.
That's the right base touching.
Oh, at the top?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And actually, I'm going to do a half Cuban back toward the lake.
Cool.
Number 2.
All right, we are at 5,000.
Don't forget your right rudder when you're pulling
up. Yeah, I've been trying to remember it after you pointed it out the first time. Okay, so you call out when I should be rolling it.
Yeah, when your nose comes through, we're keeping it positive. Just start your roll out when your nose comes through about 10-15 degrees down.
Here we go.
There you go. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Keep pulling. Let off a little bit. There you go. Ooh, you did float us that time.
What's that?
I said we did float a little that time.
Well, yeah, and the speed was way up at about 80, or way down at about 80 during that whole rolling sequence.
Yeah, which is fine.
Yeah, okay.
You didn't stall it.
Nope, that was only 2.5 Gs throughout that maneuver.
Yeah.
So evidently,
you're a little light on that the first pull.
Am I?
That's why
Okay.
I kept on keep pulling. Keep pulling.
All right.
Let's do another one.
Another one? All right. Power's in.
Roll the other way this time. When
roll to the right. All right. Nose coming up. Right rudder.
There you go. Oh, you're dragging your right wing. Keep pulling.
That was more like an Immelman. I didn't wait long.
That was Immelman to 90 degrees off heading. You were dragging your right wing so much.
Oh, because I didn't let off the right rudder.
Well, your pull just came right.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna have to do that totally over. That was called just making it up as we go, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, you flew it out of it.
That's the leg with the numbers.
All right, so we're gonna try the half Cuban again, right?
Yep. So look straight ahead. When you do your pull, I want you to look straight ahead.
Not at the wing.
Not at the wing. I'll tell you when to look at the wing, but you really don't even have to.
Okay.
So focus on a cloud out there, and we're gonna pull straight up through that cloud.
All right, then we got a cloud up there.
There you go.
And we're at 170. So here we go. Pulling right at the cloud.
Go straight. There you go. Pull, pull. There you go. Now look over your head. All right, we're wings level. Little right rudder. There you go. There you go.
Yeah. Were you helping a lot on that, or just?
I wasn't.
Okay.
I was stalking.
Okay.
That pull was good. You know, you kind of found your way up through it. I felt your feet moving.
Yeah.
Kind of worked your way up through it. So that's start. You don't even need to look off your wing until you're almost vertical.
Okay. Now on a clear sky, there I had the cloud to look at.
Yeah.
On a clear sky, I pick out some air molecules and.
Yeah. You can find that trajectory that you're
okay.
Even in a clear sky. It's a little harder, but you'll find it. All right, you want to do an Immelman?
Yeah. Without a 90-degree turn at the top.
Without the 90-degree turn at the top.
So what I'm looking for when I get to the top is the moment that I see the horizon coming back there and I feel like we're flat, I just roll it out.
Yep.
Is there a preferred way to roll it, right or left?
What's your frequency?
Whatever you prefer.
Okay.
Squawk 3626.
Weird. This plane will do it either way.
That was a 3G maneuver on the last one, FYI. All right. I'm watching the clouds.
Pulling.
Looking at the wing. Looking back.
Keep pulling.
Follow traffic southwest. Runway 36. Clear for takeoff, Cessna.
You rolled a little bit early.
Did I? Okay.
Yeah. So when you're
a little too anxious.
A little too anxious.
Did I keep it positive? Oh yeah, I'm not showing any negatives on the T meter. Okay, I need a little breather.
Cool.
Here, I'll let you fly, and I just want to sit here and not think about anything.
Yeah. Just
so
go to nothing for a minute.
Yeah, let me reset my G meter. So as I came over the top, I was probably more like that when I began to roll.
You're more like that. You're pretty far out.
Oh, really? Yeah. Was I? Okay.
And then when you rolled out, you didn't use a whole lot of aileron, so we'll use a little more aileron when we come out.
All right.
Really good. It was fine. You had enough airspeed.
Still 1069 per kilo, clear touch and go. We have that traffic,
Doing all right?
Test 3080.
I'm getting toward the limit.
Yeah. Do you want to do spins then?
Yeah, let's do a spin.
Okay.
Number 2, clear touch.
Your flight controls.
My plane.
Traffic. 80 Papa.
Let's not do it into the sun.
We can come back and do Immelmans next time, because that's going to get you. I want to get a couple spins. Let's go right over here. There's these open fields here.
All right. And we're up at 55.
You can use the bridge as your recovery.
All right, so we're pulling the power back, bringing the nose up.
Do one turn or two turn?
We're going to do one to begin with. Airspeed bleeding off. came out of it too early. Oh, too early into the spin?
More rudder.
More rudder.
More rudder in the recovery.
All right, so repeat what I did wrong then.
Coming out, you started using, you didn't keep the stick back.
Oh, I did not? Okay, I thought I did, but I didn't. Okay.
This time, just hold it back, stop the rotation with the rudder.
Think about keeping the stick in until the rotation is completely stopped.
Exactly.
Okay.
Stick slightly forward, then flat out. We have all this altitude, so don't try to pull up too fast. Okay. You got plenty of altitude to pull it out.
And going into it, should I rely more on the rudder and not?
Yes. Yeah, lead it with the rudder and then just bring the stick back. You're dragging your left wing on that last one, which means it was lower.
Just 6.8 kilo on the
See how you're, look at your left wing, your right wing.
There
you go, you're pretty good now. Stick back. Right rudder. No aileron. There you go.
Was I trying to pull the aileron? Or
nah, I just made sure that you would.
Okay.
I wanted you to
Yes, sir. I see it.
fully stop it with the rudder.
6.8 kilo.
That's 6.8 kilo.
All right, I need a moment of breather.
Cool. Let me fly?
Sure. We're going to do a true turn and then call it a day.
Cool.
The out of the blue 95-degree day here is...
Yeah. It's the true test.
Yeah.
All right. 6.8 kilo on one of the...
Your flight controls.
Between unit Cessna on short final.
6.8 kilo, roger, and I think we left
back.
a notch for you.
Thank you.
Keep those wings level. Lead it with your rudder, stick back. Straight back, hold it.
1.5.
Right rudder. 2. Stick back. There you go.
That was quite a few turns. That was 3.
That was 2 1/4.
2 1/4? I'm glad you can count under pressure. All right, let's call it a day.
All right.
I'm running out of hydration due to sweat.
Running out of oomph. That's good. Just gotta keep that stick back.
And I was letting the stick come forward again?
Yep. In fact, you're coming to the right and you're what we call unloading the wing.
Oh, like a
and that
flat
will
spin.
Increase. It will accelerate it. It won't flat spin unless you add power. It'll accelerate it.
Because I'm not keeping the stick straight back.
You came out to the right, so that's...
Oh, and that's what we did before when we added power and brought the nose up and flat spun.
6.8 kilo.
Yeah. So if you do it without power, accelerated spin. If you do it with power, flat spin.
Okay. It'll be really interesting to go back and watch all that on video. So I'll get a lot more out of what you're telling me then. McKinney Tower, November 247 Delta Echo is 10 to the east, inbound, full stop with the numbers.
Yeah, you just gotta think through your entry procedures and your recovery procedures. You know, before I even go practice every single time, I walk through my sequence. Even if I'm just going to go refresh on, you know, inverted flat spins or upright flats, I go through all my procedures on the ground.
Think through it.
I walk through the whole flight. You know, I've done it a whole bunch of times, but if you can walk through it and really kind of set yourself, close your eyes and set yourself in the cockpit and go through it, you're going to be a lot better
45 November, when
it happens.
Yeah, you know, and I have to tell you, I came out even with kind of the feeling in my head that I really didn't have it today. I don't know why.
Yeah.
You know, I guess some days you feel like you're really on, you know, sharp, and other days you're not. Maybe part of it was talking myself out of it, maybe. I don't know.
Well, it is Monday.
It's Monday. Mondays are tough.
Monday.
Traffic, 11 o'clock, 1 mile, 400 feet above.
Cessna 8 Sierra Papa, I don't have any traffic for you between you and Addison. Frequency change approved. You have a good flight.
Thank you, sir. We'll see you in a few days.
Okay, take care.
Nice landing. Couldn't even feel it.
And I would like to remind everybody that I've created a Patreon campaign. So if you're enjoying watching my videos and would like to help contribute to ensure that more keep coming, even donating $1 or $2 per video would be greatly appreciated. You can find a link to Patreon in the comment section below. Thank you.